Conspiracy theories, eh? Wait till you get a load of this.
Hello, welcome to Crack Sisters Conspiracies. We're a podcast that covers conspiracy theories, mysteries, and all over spooky shit. My name is Jackie.
I'm Cassandra.
And we are said sisters.
I know why you're dressed like that.
Why?
Because Shark Week starts today.
It's also extremely hot in this house, and this is like
That was
warm.
miserable.
Oh, happy Shark Week. It starts today, actually, the 20th.
I know we're fortunate that we are stealing someone's HBO Max because everything's supposed to be shown on HBO Max for Shark Week. So
that's good to know. I haven't looked into it yet because I have been doing other things like recovering and nursing my hangover that I have today. But it's actually not that bad. So
what did you do last night that resulted in a hangover?
We went to his uncle's surprise birthday party. But then afterwards, we went to his brother's house for poker night.
Oh, that's the problem.
And I didn't have to drive, so I was like, sure. And then after poker night, he's like, oh, since we're already in the city that I do security for, let's just go to this bar because I've never seen it before. So we went there, and then they gave us free drinks. And then we went to another bar down the street and got like a couple drinks. And then we're like, okay, we should probably go home. We didn't get home till like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Good golly. And it sounded like one of the bars that you went to, the 90s are back.
Yeah, so the one that Alex does security at, I'm like looking at all these people and I'm like, is this like a theme night? He goes, no, this is how kids dress again. Like they're in the low rise jeans again. They're wearing
I'm against that.
I know. They're wearing like weird black mesh t-shirts or it's hard to explain, but like every single female in here is dressed like they're from the 90s. Guys are wearing like the big Jinko jeans again.
I've seen ads for those. They are making a comeback.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So I did not like it.
No, tag me in when 2000s core comes back because I'm ready for that.
I agree.
What is your topic today? You've kept me in the dark. I wasn't allowed to look at Instagram posts. I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, so my topic today it's going to be titled Shit That Our Parents Said.
Oh.
So since this is a conspiracy podcast, I figured we should have an episode that kind of talks about its origin story and where it all came from. So universally, it seems, as children, our parents all told us these same sayings or facts, which are bullshit now that we know better. So they are the start of the conspiracy theories.
Okay.
So I posted online and I reached out to many people and I'm like, hey, what are some weird shit that your parents told you when you were a kid that had no basics in fact, and it was just nonsense, but like it was kind of universal. So just based on that explanation, do you have any off the top of your head? Like anything that mom and dad told us that you're like, that made no sense, or why would you tell us that, or anything like that?
I'm on the spot, so my brain naturally is shutting down. Give me one on your list that will, spur my thoughts.
Sure. So a big one, a common one was if you turn the dome light on inside of a car when driving,
yes,
you're going to get pulled over and your parents are going to get arrested or you're going to get arrested.
It was like illegal. That was not allowed. Okay.
It was not illegal, just so you know.
No, it was expressed as such. Like it was a legit crime to do that. As an adult now, though, and as a parent, it is very distracting having a light behind me, especially in the dark.
Yeah. And that's why our parents told that, because they're tired of getting blinded at night or whatever, and they wanted to focus on the road, and we are distractions enough, so they just told us it was illegal to make it.
And knowing how a child thinks, given my current ownership of one, I know that sounds weird. I'm like, if I were to explain to her, like, hey, don't turn it on because I can't see, she wouldn't give a shit because it doesn't impact her. But if I were to tell her, don't do it or you're going to get arrested or something, or, you have to put the fear of God into her, then she'll listen. So.
Exactly. So anything else that you can think of off the top of your head? I have a whole entire list. So if you don't, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure some will come to me, so I might interrupt and interject, but let's hear.
So some of these I just found online. Some of them I remembered, and then some of them specific people told me, and I have their names.
Sure.
So we'll just run through the list. If you crack your knuckles, you'll get arthritis.
Oh, yeah, which has been proven false because Dad took us to a chiropractor quite a bit, and I had asked him, and he was like, absolutely not. Crack away.
I
Just
don't
like,
know why our parents were so against us, not us necessarily
just
specifically,
us
but in
as
general,
kids.
so
Yeah.
against us cracking our knuckles. It feels great. What problem do you have with it?
Yeah, there is no problem, but
There's not. One I added is quicksand. Rachel and I, my best friend in Ohio, talked about this when we worked on an ambulance together. We don't know why we thought quicksand was going to be so much more prevalent than it was.
like in
we
our
were
life.
constantly being told like what to do if you encounter quicksand, how to get out of it, how to avoid it. And I'm like, why? I don't even know where quicksand exists.
I've never experienced it, but that's accurate. Yeah. That's
Yeah. If you swallow gum, like bubble gum, it will stay in your stomach for anywhere from 5 to 7 years.
7 years
on
is what I had
the
heard.
parent. Yeah.
Well, that's like, don't go outside with wet hair. You're going to get sick. Like, that's
on
not how
here.
that works.
Yeah. Or you'll get pneumonia. Very good.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee at a young age will stunt your growth. It does not.
I mean, look at me.
You're just small because dad is short. That's genetics.
Like, I've been drinking coffee since, I was in the early double digits, and I stopped growing at like 11. So.
You were going to stop growing regardless of what you consume.
Okay, fine.
Swallowing a black watermelon seed will make a watermelon grow in your stomach.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. Sitting too close to the TV will make you go blind.
Yeah.
All of these have been debunked, by the way.
I don't know.
We're just going to be blind because everyone in our family has terrible eyesight.
So far, 2 of them are ringing true.
This one was just random. Elvis Presley died on the toilet while eating a peanut butter and banana sandwich. He did not.
That's like Mama Cass choked to death on a ham sandwich. She did not.
Who's Mama Cass?
From the Mamas and the Papas.
Oh, I don't know why.
That
there was sandwiches in these celebrities, but
oh, if you shave your leg hair, it will come back. Well, any body hair, it's going to come back thicker and darker each time.
Yep, that is on my list. If someone flashes their high beams at you while driving, they're signaling that they want to pull you over so they can murder you. That's from James.
That is true. It's true that I've been told that. Usually, though, in my experience, if someone's flashing their high beams at me, it's because your lights aren't turned on. That's like the common courtesy.
Exactly. If you make a weird face, your face is going to get stuck like that.
Sure. Yeah. Again,
Trigger warning if your children are in the car, turn it down for the next 20 seconds. Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy.
Oh,
technically, those are all conspiracy theories.
I mean, I got to add in fucking leprechauns and we have so many creatures visiting our house throughout the years. So, yeah. And as a parent, I can confirm that is a lie that I tell my child.
That one's okay. I think we're okay with that one. You're allergic to insert animal here because your parents didn't want you having said animal in the house. So you're allergic to dogs. You're allergic to cats because they didn't want to take care of a dog or a cat.
Declaring that everything is spicy so your fucking kids don't eat it. Like, no, you're not going to like it. It's spicy.
There you go. Eat lots of carrots. It will improve your eyesight.
Or turn you orange. But I think that one
actually does.
Because it's the beta carotene.
Yeah, you can like naturally tan, but technically you are just so orange that it comes off as tan. Like your palms will turn orange, but your body will retain some color. So you can tan from carrots.
That's usually not the hue I'm going for.
No. This one was funny. This is from Robert. Do not put your hands out the car window or another car will drive by and cut them off. That was a little dramatic.
Yeah, I can see why that one stuck with him. My God.
Don't scratch off a mole or you'll get skin cancer. That was from Maria. An anonymous person wrote, if you masturbate, you'll go blind.
I thought it was for boys. If you masturbate, you're going to grow hair on your palms or something.
Oh, that's also one. I was not a boy, so I did not.
Yeah, we didn't grow up with those experiences.
No. Debbie wrote, always wear clean underwear in case you get into an accident. That one, I think, is just solid life advice because they will take your clothes off. And if you're not wearing underwear or ugly underwear, that's embarrassing.
And I would even take that a step further. As much as I would love to, don't sleep naked, at least in Southern California, because in the event there's like an earthquake or some like catastrophe you need to evacuate, you don't want to be running out in the street buck ass naked. I know someone that's happened to. So.
Oh, really? That's amazing. Mom contributed, if you hold your breath and make a wish while driving through a tunnel, your wish will come true. Which I think
that's not a
still
lie.
do
That is
today.
100% true.
I have not received any of my wishes coming true.
You know what? I think you're just not wishing hard enough or the right way.
I am driving, so I do have to keep my eyes open. So maybe that's the part I'm missing. Leslie wrote, if you touch a frog, it will give you warts, which I definitely have heard a lot.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If you have sex before marriage, the guy will never marry you.
Oh, you don't give the milk away for free.
Yeah,
Okay.
why buy the cow if you get the milk for free or whatever?
Yeah.
And then Maria said, if you swallow cherry pits, you will get a bowel obstruction, which might actually be. I'm not really sure about that one.
That, or they're just gonna like poison you slowly from the inside, because aren't there like
It's
arsenic
very
in
small
cherry?
amounts of arsenic, okay? Okay, so while doing my research for this episode and hearing everyone's responses and coming up with my own, it was actually pretty funny to see just how many of these tales or theories or sayings just made it, because I was pulling from many different generations, people my age, younger, older, and they're getting it from their parents. So it's funny how it's like stayed pretty consistent, and it's just always kind of been there.
Don't step on a crack, you'll break your mother's back.
Yes, there you go. I did like that one. If mom made me mad, I'd, step on a crack that day. So calling these sayings conspiracy theories is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
They're more like old wives' tales or urban legends. But then that had me wondering what the difference between those two are. So in case you were wondering,
Yeah.
old wives' tales are traditional sayings or stories that often convey advice, wisdom, or lessons. It's usually related to health, parenting, or like your household.
Mm-hmm.
And they're generally passed down through generations, usually from women, which is how it got old wives, like wife.
Oh, okay.
And they can reflect cultural beliefs or practices.
Got it.
And then urban legends are modern folklore stories that often are sensationalized, very humorous, or cautionary. And they usually have pretty unbelievable or improbable events happening. And they often spread through word of mouth, through social media, or other forms of communication. And they usually change over time. It's like a bad game of telephone where, you heard it this way, but then someone else says a different way. And by the time 5 years later, you hear it, it's completely different.
Sure, yeah.
While these two are technically different, categories or whatever, they usually end up blending together. And over time, an urban legend will kind of find its way into a wives' tale, and then a wives' tale into an urban legend.
Sure.
Where did some of these common sayings come from? There had to be like an origin story for these.
Usually they're rooted in some tiny seed of truth, and then it takes on that telephone game.
Yeah. So from I'm giving a couple examples. There really almost is never a very specific one event or one catalyst that started it. It's usually a compilation of just shit that happens.
Okay.
So let's go with if you swallow a watermelon seed, you're going to grow a watermelon in your belly. So there are roughly 3 potential sources for this one. One would be if a child was like, oh, they noticed a pregnant woman and they said, oh, what's in that person's belly? Depending on their age and the parent usually doesn't want to explain the birds and the bees to this kid.
True.
So they just kind of say, she ate a watermelon seed and now it's a watermelon in her belly, because they want to wait till they're a certain age in order to give them that talk.
That makes sense.
Second option, and this is specifically for me how I became aware of this saying, was season 2, episode 12 of Rugrats, titled The Inside Story. So the babies are eating watermelon, and Grandpa Lou warns the kids not to swallow any of the black watermelon seeds or also grow a watermelon in their stomach. So Chucky's dumbass accidentally swallows a black seed, and all the babies decide, oh no, he's going to die. So they're like, we need to shrink down and go inside of the body and get the seed, and that way we can save Chucky. So
completely logical and rational reaction, by the way.
For babies to have.
Yeah.
I assumed it was based on Miss Frizzle, the Magic School Bus, because that's the episode that they do, but it's not. It was actually based on a 1996 sci-fi movie titled Fantastic Voyage. And that movie is about a submarine crew who is shrunk to microscopic size, and they venture into the body of an injured scientist to repair his brain.
Oh.
And then the third kind of option for this story, as you mentioned, there's somewhat, there's always a little bit of nugget of truth in there.
Mhm.
So there was a man named Ron Spedden, and he suffered from COPD, emphysema, and just had like a lot of shortness of breath. And in May of 2010, Ron was rushed to the hospital. And after doctors did an x-ray, they're like, oh, you have a collapsed lung, which is why you can't breathe. But you also have this dark mass in your x-ray. So they assumed it was cancer. He assumed it was cancer. They're like, let's get the results back. They found out that it was actually a pea sprout. So he had eaten like a pea, like the vegetable.
Yeah.
And it had like gone down the wrong tube. Something happened and it lodged itself in his lung. And the doctors told him that he must have, quote, eaten the pea that just went down the wrong way, end quote. And the moist and warm conditions of the lungs
Perfect for sprouting.
allowed it to sprout and grow. And it was fucking up his respiratory system. So they removed it and he was totally fine.
You know what? I think about all the times that I've choked and accidentally inhaled something when I shouldn't have. Like, what the fuck is growing in my lungs that I don't know about?
I don't think you want to know.
I probably don't,
Not until the time is right. Okay, so bubblegum. If you swallow bubblegum, it will stay in your stomach for 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Now, a quick word from our sponsor. Do you live in the Bay Area? Are you in need of a CPR class for work or just to gain knowledge? Well, look no further because CPR Education has you covered. They host public classes every Saturday in Pleasant Hill, ranging from CPR and first aid, BLS for healthcare providers, infant essentials for new and expecting parents, and EMSA-approved courses for licensed childcare providers. Whatever need you have, CPR Education has a solution. Go to cpredu.com and use code CRACKED for 20% off any public class. That's CRACKED, and you'll get 20% off any class of your choosing. CPR Education, keeping people together.
There is no story or really event that I could find that would explain the origin of it. The best I could find is either that parents and or healthcare professionals do not recommend that you swallow gum.
Well, I
So
mean, you
as, like,
shouldn't. It's not food.
You shouldn't. So as a cautionary tale, they're like, we'll just tell them it will never get digested or it's going to take 7 years just to kind of scare them, which is mostly what these are. They're used as scare tactics a lot.
Yeah,
For
I
children.
could see that. Again, because they don't care, like they have to be scared into believing something because they are, at least mine is demand avoidant. So if I tell her anything, I'm fucking wrong and I can, go die.
God.
She's a little spicy these days.
Sounds like it. So the other kind of option is that people are like, well, gum, when it's been chewed and it's been put on the sidewalk or under a desk, it's very hard to get off. It's sticky and you have to scrape it. So they kind of assumed, well, if that's what it does to a table or a floor, imagine what it does to your insides. You can't scrape it out. Also, they found that gum cannot be metabolized, broken down, or absorbed like most foods because neither we nor the bacteria in our colon have the enzymes in order to break it down.
Sure.
So they're like, oh, that obviously means that it's stuck in there. But that's also the same for like fiber and corn. Green corn.
Yeah.
When you find it a day or two later, it's still going to go out. So gum still will come out within 24 to 48 hours.
So we're shitting clusters of gum if you swallow it? Like it's coming out whole?
I don't think whole, but it comes out in your...
Intact?
You can search if you would like and let me know.
I'm good.
So it's not recommended that you swallow it, obviously, but if you do now and again, it's not going to kill you. It's just not recommended by professionals.
Got it.
And then if someone flashes their high beams at you while driving, they're signaling that they want you to pull over so they can kill you. This one is definitely an urban legend category versus an old wives' tale. In 1993, there was an epidemic of emails and faxes going around saying, quote, a police officer working with the DARE program has issued this warning. If you are driving after dark and see an oncoming car with no headlights, do not flash your lights at them. It's in all caps. This is a common gang member initiation game, and it goes like this. The new gang member under initiation drives along with no headlights, and the first car to flash their headlights is now the target. He is now required to turn around and chase that car, and then he has to shoot everyone inside in order to complete the initiation.
This sounds very familiar, yeah.
Make sure you share this information with all drivers in your family, end quote. So there were some variations. It sounds like every 2 years, this email or fax, whatever, would go out. The gang varied. It was Hell's Angels. It was Blood specifically. It was some more nondescript gangs in general. It's believed that the email and fax messages, what started this, was because a year earlier in 1992, a woman named Kelly Freed from Stockton, California, which is Bay Area, was a passenger in a vehicle. The driver had flashed his lights to the oncoming car because they had their headlights off, but that oncoming car was filled with like shitty teenagers. So they ended up following them and they shot into the car and they killed Kelly, the passenger.
Oh.
They were not part of a gang. They were just shitty people. And they were like, that's disrespect, man. Like flashing your headlights at me. And they all got charged with murder. So
God. Okay.
for me, I had heard a version of this because I wasn't born yet when this came out. So I read a book called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yes.
By Alvin Schwartz. So
Mhm.
me and many other millennial children were terrified by this book.
Yeah.
And I attribute that specifically and Goosebumps to my love of spooky things now. The story was titled High Beams, and basically, like a high school senior had gone to a basketball game. It's now dark. She's driving home. As she pulls out of the school parking lot, she sees this red truck behind her. Every once in a while, he just flashes his high beams, kind of holds them for a minute, and then turns them off. So she starts getting panicked. She's like, maybe I'm going too slow. So she speeds up, but then the truck speeds up and then still does the high beams. She's like, okay, maybe he wants to pass me. It's like a rural area, so it's a one-way road. So she pulls over, but then the truck pulls over, and she goes, absolutely not. So she now takes off. She's driving like a bat out of hell. She goes home, which you should never do. You should
No, go to the police station.
If you're getting chased. She fucking puts the car in park, runs out and screams at her parents, like, call the cops. So they do. Cops come. They got their guns drawn on the guy in the truck. And he's like, hey, man, it's not me you want. It's the guy in the backseat of her car. So they go to the backseat of her car, and there's a knife-wielding man, and he was trying to kill her. He had snuck into her car. The guy in the truck was a good Samaritan, saw it happen, but before he could intervene, she got into her car and took off. And he's like, I don't have a cell phone. I can't just like go call. I don't want to lose it. So every time he had raised up in the back seat to stab her, he flashed his headlights to scare the guy off. And that's why he was doing it. He wanted to make sure she got home safe.
Wow.
So that's where I had heard it from.
Okay.
But realistically, if someone is flashing their high beams at you, it's usually, like you said, because your lights are off and it's dark and you forgot. If the person's behind you, you're probably driving too slow or you're really pissing them off and they just want you to get out of the fucking way. Or sometimes people do it to let you know that cops are ahead. Those are usually the reasons.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
I wouldn't necessarily jump to a homicidal maniac, but who knows?
No, you know.
And then lastly, if you eat a lot of carrots, it will improve your eyesight.
Yeah.
Many people think that this story started just as a way for parents to incentivize kids to eat vegetables. Like they say, drink your milk so your bones grow big and strong. Eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
You'll have
Also,
great
drinking
eyesight.
milk is gross, by the way. So
I'm still a real milk family over here, but that's beside the point.
I know.
So do you actually, I knew this before this episode. Do you know where this came from, where it originated? This is one that actually has an origin story.
The carrots?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't. I'm curious.
Okay. So during World War II, the British Royal Air Force, or the RAF, they spread this rumor that their pilots had exceptional night vision due to eating lots of carrots because they wanted to conceal the fact that they were using radar to track German planes.
Interesting.
So the radar technology from the RAF was used at night, and they're like, we need to hide this because this is a significant advantage for us. So they were like, it's carrots, man. They just eat a shit ton of carrots.
Government lies. Shocker.
I know, right? And then Britain was also under siege at this point. So getting food abroad was really difficult. So something that was readily available across the UK was carrots. And it encouraged people to grow their own food and have, an abundance of food that was readily accessible. So they're like, yeah, eat your carrots because they're there. But also, like, the RAF, they're these cool fucking military guys. They eat their carrots and they have superpowers. So you should eat your carrots because then you'll have superpowers.
Makes sense,
And then carrots, as you mentioned, are rich in beta carotene, which then converts to vitamin A, which does assist with eyesight. It does not make your eyesight better. And if you ate 45 carrots right now, you would still have to wear glasses. You just might be a little orange. So it was just believable enough that they're like, that sounds like it could be true. So then it just kind of caught on, and it's still continuing to go on these days, even though most people know where that story comes from.
Oh, interesting.
So even though we like to attribute most of our problems to our parents or our childhood or anything like that, I don't think it's totally fair to blame our parents for this specific thing because they're just doing
No.
what their parents told them. And back in the day, generationally, they didn't have the internet. They couldn't just Google something to find out if it was true or not. So they just had to go by what they were being told because you trust your parents. So yeah, be better. I don't know. That was it. My topic.
That was fun. I liked it. I know you had mentioned you were doing a palate cleanser, so that was a good one.
I agree. What are you going to cover next week?
I think for next week, I'm going to do the Titan submersible that
Oh,
imploded. I
yeah.
think we just had like an anniversary of it happening.
Oh,
Might have been
possibly.
like 2 years, but it came back up in resurgence. So
Okay, that'll be interesting.
that will be interesting. But yeah, we're always on the lookout for new topic suggestions. So feel free to reach out to us on our various forms of social media. We have pretty much all the platforms that are available. But with that, I'm going to say stay cracked, y'all.
And have a great day.